Okay, 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 okay. Good Monday morning, collective. You know who it is. I am Quan Yin, and this is I Have No Cut Cards Tarot. Don't lose your mind. I'm not about to mention the government. I'm not going to mention the acronyms. Y'all don't have to get ready to cut me off. It's not about that. This is the past life regression. So I'm picking up on, and I'm gonna tell you something. I was about to do something else, and just come back later this evening, but I'm being like threatened physical harm and violence right now by somebody's ancestors to do this message because I didn't want to do this message. Like, it don't matter. This person guilty. They did this, that, and the other, and they're like literally threatening me. Like, oh, we will snatch your ass up. You're in that position for a reason, and you're gonna say what we tell you to say. So I'm being punked right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm being punked by somebody's ancestors right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this reading, and whatever they want to say, they can say. Somebody has a sister. Somebody has a sister that wanted complete control over them in this life. And you're like, why would you want complete control? And you figured it was just an insecurity. You figured it was just some jealousy, but it seemed a little bit unnatural, like robotic, like a little bit more than what would be normal for a narcissist. Even for a narcissist, it was a bit much in the level of control somebody wanted over how your life was going to play out, what you could have access to, block you from learning whatever you needed to learn about spirituality, to get you isolated so you wouldn't know how to protect yourself when they wage spiritual war on you, even though these things come to you naturally anyway. It's intrinsically coded inside of you. But they wanted to get you as far isolated, away from any spiritual education, away from learning anything about any art spiritually to defend and protect yourself. They wanted you to be completely vulnerable, defenseless, in the dark, and they wanted your hands tied, your eyes blind, and they didn't want you to be able to see or protect yourself. And they wanted to just be able to assault, attack you, and completely obliterate and destroy you. But why would somebody go to that extreme? And this is the reason why, sorry, y'all. This is the reason why that I say that none of us are victims, okay? This is the reason why I say that we are definitely not victims. And when you're looking at this from let's say a more spiritual aspect, when you're looking at this from a more spiritual aspect, in a lot of African cultures, when there's a problem going on, and it seems like to be a ghost or a haunting inside of a family or a community or a village, it's not like in some other countries where you have the 20th century judicial system. You take it to court. What you did is what you did. It's that simple. Go to jail, the end. Sometimes it's a spiritual affliction on a bloodline, on a race, on a community. And it's to resolve the issue, you need somebody that's either two-spirited, or you need a seer energy that knows and can connect to the history deeper than just what they did surface level in the physical realm, but the spiritual side, what someone might have done in a past life. Now, unfortunately, the same way Western medicine has approached illnesses and disease and sickness by rip the body open and give it drugs, disease, take all this medicine, whatever you're suffering from, it's something physical. We're going to deal with it on a physical aspect. Because for a long time, Western medicine was not open to accepting that sickness and disease does not only manifest in the physical realm. Everything, sometimes it's a deeper reason for an imbalance that manifests in the physical. And when you understand that you are part spiritual and part physical, your whole body, your makeup, your chemistry, in order to heal your body, it can't just be physical. You have to find out what's going on in all of your bodies, which is why you get metaphysicians, which is why the way we've separated science from spirituality has caused us to almost plunge into the dark ages with medicine and with healing, because we want to separate the physical body from the spiritual body when it's all one and the same and it's all connected. And sometimes the reason for a disease is a spiritual one. And that has to do with what you can't see with the naked eyes. It's imbalance in someone's thought pattern, in their thinking, creating a certain type of energy that's distorted, a cellular clump that develops in the energy body that gives you the passage and gateway to the physical body, which would be your chakras. And it causes an imbalance in those chakras, which are connected to your physical organs in the physical plane. You understand? So when we approach problems, even with crimes that go on and other things that go on in the physical plane, we see it as black and white. You committed a crime, you're going to jail for your crime, and that's the end of it. And then we leave it right there. Where in older cultures, not just African, but I'm just using as example, when there was a problem in a family or community, oftentimes, you brought it to the elders of a village, and that was a council, and they would try to resolve the issue. But sometimes it was a little bit deeper than what the elders could see than a regular surface level issue. And you needed to go and bring the seer or a practitioner or someone that is able to access information about past life to find out exactly what's really going on. And modern day people will frown and be like, whatever, you talking bullshit. Don't nobody want to hear that. But in actuality, just because you might have had a lot of Eastern doctors telling Western doctors a long time ago, look, the way to heal somebody is sometimes to find out what is going on. They have more than one body. It's not just the physical. There is other energy bodies connected to every cell in their body. So if you having trouble healing a disease, taking a big knife and cutting it out is not always a solution to healing the problem. And it's the same thing when you had a problem in a village a long time ago. It's not always something surface level. Sometimes it could be a ghost or an ancestor that was wronged, that's not going to leave an area or a thing alone until something is resolved. Okay? Such as Lake Lanier, where there was a black town that was covered in water, and people keep dying in that lake because those ancestors were not given a proper burial, and so much of their energy is in that lake from their blood, sweat, labor, and tears of building a whole town and then to have it flooded with water. Now, back to your sister. Now, whoever your sister is, you might have thought it was kind of awkward for her to have this level of desire to control you like a robot. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut straight to the chase for you. Your sister is not who you think she is. Your sister, for somebody I'm talking to, is actually your grandmother, okay? Your sister is a grandmother of yours that passed away shortly before she was born. Shortly before your sister was born, you had a grandmother. It could have been a few years or whatever, but shortly before your sister was born, and you had a grandmother, either on your father or mother's side, that passed away. And the reason this grandmother passed away is so she could turn around and immediately snap and come right back, because she needed to locate and make sure she knew exactly where to find whoever your ass was. Now, that's going to lead you to wonder who the hell was your ass. Who you were. You were some kind of magician, high priest, right? In a past life, in a village or in whatever country you were in, you was, if this was the country or living in a country, wherever you are, you had some kind of position in a past life of spiritual authority and authority. and you was not a woman, you was a man. Okay, you was a man, and your sister was forced to be your indentured slave because your sister comes from a region of the country where a lot of people knew about the high priestesses there. You understand? And a lot of people were going there to either kidnap or try to marry or get, or under whatever pretense, they were trying to get high priestesses from this region of the continent, the country, wherever this place was. Okay. And wherever your grandmother is from, it's somewhere that might have been popular for being able to locate women very abundant that have high priestess energy to be utilized to manifest and other things. And you were some kind of high priest magician in a past life, much older than her, way older than her. And what you did was you sent your folks out to get her, and you made her like an indentured slave to you. Okay. And your grandmother couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do nothing. And she was made to be like an indentured slave and do nothing but hard labor and hard work. And you also used your spell work and magic to correct people and to bind them and to do things to punish them. You were a little bit of a tyrant energy with an entitlement complex to the point of delusion. Okay. Not saying that you didn't have a good and bad side, because all of us have dark and light. But whoever you were, your grandmother came from somewhere else. And you made her your indentured slave for whatever amount of time. Whenever she got free, she was very old. Okay. And you exerted all kind of control over her. And she lived a very sad, unhappy life as an indentured servant for you. And she even had a child or children by you. Okay. And then later she had children by someone else. But her first children was by you because she was so young. She was so young when you got a hold of her. Okay. And you just used her for her energy, her high priestess energy. You and others that went to that same location to get these high priestess women. It was like some women in this region. It's like it's a region in the south. Okay. And I'm hearing Kefa and Kafa. I'm hearing Kefa. That's what I'm hearing. Kefa, Cafe, and Kefa. But they went to the south and they got these women. And one of them was your grandmother. And your sister reincarnated as her. Because you reincarnated, whoever you are, as a woman in this life. As the great-grandchild. Of one of this person's grandchildren. Okay? So you are that magician from a past life. And that's why I always say you're not a victim. Nobody is a victim. Okay? And some people be like, I don't give a fuck. You know, that's not what's going on in this life. What's going on in this life, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But the more you get connected to your spirituality on a higher level, when you get closer to mastery, the more your spiritual eyes open up. Just like they say that when you're about to die, that your whole life passes before your eyes. And the same way that your whole life passes before your eyes right before you die, with certain people that are on a certain level spiritually, the closer that you get to mastery, the more your spiritual eyes open up, the less you're connected to your ego and the illusion. And that's when you're able to actively see your past life enemies, and you can literally remember them. You literally know who they are and who they were to you in a past life. You can identify them, and you have vivid, accurate memories of things that went on between you and them in a past life. But if you're not on that level yet, then it's not going to apply to you because you're not picking up on that yet. You still got your foot in the matrix to the point where you're not yet awakened to see that. It's almost like the story of Krishna and Arjuna in Hinduism, where Arjuna was questioning Krishna's tactic. We're going to go to war with these people I love. They're my brothers, my cousins, my uncles, my sisters, my extended family. And Krishna had to open up Arjuna's eyes to be able to recognize that these are not your family members. This is part of the illusion. When I open your eyes, you're going to recognize the soul and recognize all these people and the part they played in your life in a past life. The closer you go through your awakening, the higher you become, the further away from the matrix you separate your ego. When you get closer to mastery, you will start to have your eyes uncovered so that you can recognize people's soul. And you're going to start recognizing people and knowing who they are literally from past lives. And it's something that comes to you like a knowing, but it's not going to make sense to you, or you're not going to feel any kind of way about it until you start getting closer to levels of mastery, which could be lifetimes away, but you're closer to it. You understand? And the more spiritually open you become, you recognize these people. Whoever your sister is, she has covert narcissistic tendencies, which means it's almost like if you can imagine a woman. Imagine this woman is 4 feet 7 inches tall, and she got tiny little hands and a tiny little body, and she literally could not hurt anybody, like physically. Like people would laugh at her, because she's so small and tiny, and she has no physical power or strength or a big voice to fight her battles. And imagine somebody kidnaps her or takes her or marries her as their indentured servant or concubine or whatever. And imagine she has no say in the matter. And she's small in stature, and she's not physically strong at all and has no physical strength. But imagine she has a lot of spiritual power inside, but she cannot show her face or her true feelings about what's going on with her. We're talking about in a past life, because she'll get beat up. Like boom, boom, boom. She'll get beat up. She'll get a whooping. So she learns how to maintain a mask very well, but she has these huge explosions emotionally, larger than life. If you can imagine during slavery having to wear a mask, if you can just imagine during chattel slavery having to pretend you enjoy being someone's slave, having to pretend that you enjoy a lot of things that if you had the strength to take someone's life, you would. That's your sister's energy. She comes off very soft, very weak, very vulnerable, but the explosions, the level of emotional explosions that she has on the inside, it's enough energy to fuel her to casually go and push a button that will drop you to your death. Or you understand, she knows how to regulate her emotions on the surface level because she had to do it to stay alive when she was forced to be like your concubine energy in a past life. Okay. In this life, she came right after your grandmother passed away, and that's a grandmother of yours on your father or mother's side. And the thing about it is you are this magician high priestess that made your sister a concubine, and she actually is your grandmother that passed away, and she came right back because she wanted to dig. If you ever was around this grandmother, she might not have liked you, or she might have felt some kind of way about you. That's because she recognized and knew who you was. Okay. She must have felt your energy, like, I located you. Gotcha. All right. It's time for me to go now, but I'm going to be right back. And I'm going to be timing up for you. So it's like, as soon as this grandmother of yours passed away, okay, maybe they passed away wherever they came from. Okay. When they passed away, your sister came right after they died. And that was your sister. That was your grandmother coming back to give you work for what you did in the past life. Now we operate out of fear. when we want to control another person. The reason is, in this past life, your sister knows how strong you are and the level of knowledge, occult knowledge even, that you have, and how you abused and misused black magic. And because you had access to all of your knowledge, and because you were stronger because you were a man, and because you had so much power and help and all these other things, she felt completely powerless over you. And that's the reason why in this lifetime, out of fear, so that sometimes we have people that are weird with us in this lifetime. And we're like, this is so unnecessary and undaunted. Why are you acting weird with me? And we don't realize, if we're not spiritually tapped in enough, that they might be having flashbacks or actual reactions to something that you actually did do to them in a past life. Now, if you don't believe in this, then that's fine. But if you understand and know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. So sometime if a person reacts to you in a certain way, it does have something to do with the past life experience and something that you did to them. So again, in this life, your sister is physically weaker than you, okay? And she feared you. She always has been afraid of you. And it's from the past life that she's afraid of you because she knows your power and she knows your strength. And through the years, she sees your strength. And that's why she sought out to join a secret society and get control over you, whereby she figured, if I can just, on a subconscious level, if I can just isolate you before you find out who you were in a past life, before you come into your full power, because I know what a powerful magician, high priestess you was, and I know how you abused me and how you literally refrained and restrained me from being able to live my life and had me up underneath your foot. I know how you had me under your thumb for as a slave for so long, and I'm afraid you'll do it again. I'm afraid of your strength. So she joined a secret society in this life, whereby, and she's the same, whoever your sister is, she might have like a mousy, quiet voice, but she's very big on the inside. She has huge emotional outbursts on the inside that explode, and you will never see her flinch. You will never see her facial expression change. You will never see her breathing even skip because in a past life, she would have gotten a beating. In a past life, she would have gotten a beating if she flinched for even expressing the slightest bit of displeasure at how she was being abused. So she mastered that. So in this life, she came as a narcissist, but a covert one that won't flinch or show you how hurt they are or how angry they are. She'll never flinch, but the explosion is on the inside. And then she'll go do something diabolical with people she's connected to like pay someone to kill you or something crazy like that. And you would never suspect it because she's so quiet and she's so physically harmless and she can't hurt you. She can't do anything. Your great-grandfather is you. Your great-grandfather was a high priest magician, and your sister was your grandmother, and she was one of his concubines. That's how your parent, that's how you came to be. You understand? And your sister is that grandmother now that's taking revenge on you for what you did. And I'm speaking facts. Okay? They wanted me to give someone this information about a past life regression. And it's not that long ago. This is like just a past life, like this just happened. You understand? That's who you all are. So the reason these people have been anchored in your energy and connected to you is because all of the people in your circle, whoever you are, because you was a very important person and you was a very talented magician, but you were not always in alignment and you didn't balance your dark and light energy in every situation. Some, yes, you did. You had your good days, but you had some bad days too when you had an entitlement complex to the point of delusion. And it's because of that that in this life, your sister feared you would like make her your slave again or something. And it's subconscious. And this is why she joined a secret society and others that you wronged in a past life that were connected, that helped her and favored her because they remembered these are people that you did wrong in a past life. Okay, so let me see what energy they have about this, and then I'll be free to do what I need to do, Lord. But they threatened me. They were like, you better give the message. You better give the message. I'm like, all right, fine. Okay. Your sister figured if she could tie your hands, blindfold you, she wanted to tie your hands, blindfold you, create an obstacle in your life through gang stalking, so you wouldn't have the time to study occult things, occult knowledge. So you wouldn't have the time to be looking into on your spiritual path, how to spiritually protect yourself. She wanted you completely disabled, unarmed, and vulnerable to her, so that she could destroy you out of fear because of what you did to her and how you took her whole life in a past life. Okay. And she knew if you too early on came back into access with your tools from a past life, and came open to the occult sciences of protecting yourself, of attacking whatever black magic you did in a past life, that you would use it and do the same thing you did last past life. But you're an earth angel. In this lifetime, you're an earth angel, and you're not on that type of time. And if you do black magic in this lifetime, you're actually under judgment. You can't. You can protect yourself and you can do other things, but in this life, you can't do black magic because you are under spiritual judgment. Like literally, you're under spiritual judgment, literally. And whoever you are, whatever happened to you, even though you're an earth angel in this life, you are under spiritual judgment. And all the people connected to you are connected to you from a past life system, like a government type system you were a part of, where you were this high priest, magician energy, and you are under judgment. But that judgment is coming to an end, and the cycle is ended right now for you restoring and bringing back to balance through karma, receiving your karma for every time that you misused and abused black magic. Okay. All right. So what is the energy? What is the message, Holy Spirit? You got to imagine when somebody is physically small and does not feel empowered, like they can fight off their enemy, what do? They become a magician. They look for some type of tool or to align themselves with people that they feel like can help. Protect them, right? Imagine if you're some big strong man, and it's a 4-foot woman, and she knows, and you're tormenting her in a home every single day. What you think that woman's eventually gonna do? She's afraid of you because of your physical strength, but she wants to defeat you because you're tormenting her. So what do? You're going to bake him his favorite pie and cook his favorite dinner and make it taste real good. And you're going to take some apple seeds and you're going to poison his ass to death, right? You're going to find alternative. You're going to be an alchemist. You're going to find a way to use his own strength against him, whether it's his ego, whether you cook his food and poison him, or you do black magic, or put blood in his food, or whatever you're going to do, because of your physical strength as a woman, and you being this person's slave or abused wife or indentured servant. This is why a lot of people got into this in the first place in the past, because they wanted to become free of someone that was physically stronger than them. And sometimes it took them to dark places where they taught it to their daughters and sons, and they used it as a way to defend themselves against people that were physically stronger. But unfortunately, they end up going too far, and they get their family cursed or whatever else. They start abusing it. So this is what's going on. Again, your sister felt powerless to you because of whatever you did to her in the past life and all the knowledge that you had and the strength. And she figured if she could just, if I could just stop you before you wake up spiritually from fully using your spiritual abilities and powers, if I could stop your education. But the things that you learned spiritually came to you intrinsically. It actually is just, it came to you like breathing, like a fish to water. No one ever taught you, and you didn't read anything in a book about anything spiritual. Everything that you learned or do spiritually to protect yourself, you just automatically gravitate toward, you don't even know why you do some of the things you do, but automatically you do it, just like breathing. Okay. So whoever you are, just like breathing, you automatically just have been doing things since you were a child, and you don't know why. Because later on, hey, is that why people do that? I always wondered why I always did that. Wow, that's interesting. Because it's inside of you. It's inbred. It's just genetic. You automatically know what to do and when to do it, and what to use, and what herbs to grab, and what to rub on you, and what to, and you don't even know why. You just, am I crazy? Am I weird? Why do I always do weird stuff and rub herbs on me and do this weird stuff, rub it on my head? Or why do I do this? This is weird. Before you realize that other people were doing this, and these things are in books, and you're like, hey, I already do this. Oh my God, I already do this. You might have gotten into some energy as you got older and grew, when you started looking into these things and been like, wait a minute, everything this book is telling me to do, I already do. And it just came to you naturally. You understand? It's like breathing. It's y'all know the word I'm thinking of from science class. Certain things are learned behaviors, and other things are, what is it? Who remembers third grade science? Certain things are learned behaviors, and other things are, what's the word? Come on. I know I'm not the only one that learned in science class. Come on. Come on. What is it, somebody? Innate. Yeah. Innate. Thank you. Who's that? Thank you. Hallelujah. Ale empanadas. Okay. Yeah. Certain things are innate. Certain things are innate inside of you. It's not a learned behavior. You don't learn how to breathe. You don't learn how to have a bowel movement. You don't learn how to pee. You don't learn how to see. It's certain things you don't learn. So even as a child, in your bloodline, whoever you are, you're just gonna naturally gravitate towards certain smells, certain things. You're gonna do certain things on your own. And even if your mother died when you were a child, you might find yourself doing things that might have come from your ancestral bloodline. How did you know to do that? You never met anyone on your mother's side of the family. How did you learn to do that? I don't know. I just felt like I needed to go to the water and do this and pick this up and bring this back. And I just felt like I needed to do this 3 times. I don't know why. It's in you. It's in you. Yes, absolutely. Hereditary, absolutely. All right, let's go. Yeah, them chicken empanadas are good as hell. Thank you, El Salvador. What is the message? All right, what is going on, Holy Spirit? I'm telling you, I know in modern day, we only are going to look at things from the earthly, shallow perspective when dealing with justice. But the reason sometimes a problem doesn't completely go away in a family or community is because you're only looking at something from a shallow perspective. You're not looking a little bit deeper at the problem to see, wait a minute, maybe this is something spiritual going on. And it's just as important today as it was a long time ago, sometimes, to look spiritually to find out what's going on within a culture, a community, a family. It could be something past life that's playing out, that's a problem, and it might be a weed or something that needs to be rooted up and out, or a wrong that needs to be righted. Yes, sometime it carries over, I'm telling you. And a lot of modern day people, no, if you did something wrong, you just deal with what you did wrong, and that's the end of it. Yeah, and a lot of people think when you're sick in your body, you just take some Tylenol and it goes away, and then it comes back. Because it might, the headaches or migraines you're getting, it might be a spiritual reason. And taking medicine to make it stop for a little while is not going to make those migraines go away. Sometimes you have to find out if it's something spiritual going on that's causing you to have reoccurring migraines. You understand? That's when we have to see if it doesn't have something to do with the way I'm thinking that's causing me not to get the sleep I need, or a blockage in my crown chakra. Okay. There might be an older woman here involved. This might have something to do with someone could be a Gemini, or this might have something to do with a love connection. What else? older gentleman, rich man in reverse, high honor in reverse. Okay, so we're going to find out what's going on here because we have an older man and an older woman. Okay, so there's an older man here, an older woman, and someone is no longer seen in high honor, and someone's not going to be wealthy. Okay, and someone might be going to prison because they couldn't meet an expectation. Let me clarify very quick with this lover's energy. Clarify, Holy Spirit, what is the lovers? Yeah, somebody was supposed to try to get away with something. What's the lover's energy? Is that some kind of get away with? What were they trying to get away with? What was someone trying to get away with? Yeah. So just to put it in a nutshell, what they really want me to just let you know is you had complete control over your sister in a past life as a man, and she was a woman. Okay. You had complete control over every aspect of your sister's life in a past life because you were this magician, high priest, and she was like a concubine to you, and you had complete control over everything she could say, breathe, go, do. She couldn't move without you giving permission. And that's why she wanted control over you in this life and to control what information you would learn about spiritually protecting yourself, because it's her fear from the past life, because she was intimidated by you, because she knows in your full power, you have access to a lot of occult knowledge, wisdom, strength, and a lot of other things to put her back in that hell that you had her in when she was your concubine in a past life. And that's the reason why she had some carryover energy in this life. I want complete control over you. I want to control your money. I want to control your mind. I want to keep you from learning anything. I want to keep people from knowing who you are. I want to keep you from growing. I don't want you to do anything. I just want to keep you and tie your hands. You know, it's out of fear from what happened in the past life that she's intimidated. Yeah, she was jealous of you in this life. In this life, you thought it was just jealousy, but even behind that jealousy, it's remnants from the past life, because she's intimidated by what she knows you're able to do. You're strong. She knows you're strong, and she fears you. So what did someone not get away with this love energy? Okay, somebody did not get away with, someone might be a Capricorn, an injustice, and they're pulling their energy away. Okay, so your sister might have worked for somebody. They might have Capricorn in their sun, moon, or rising, and they agreed to some kind of contract where they're going to try to get away with something, but they can't. And now they've ruined their reputation, and they might have to take on a new view, a new perspective on how they're going to proceed in life, because someone might be going to prison. Rich man in reverse has to do it. They thought they were going to become wealthy by creating something with your love life, possibly with a catfish or something like that. They might have sold you out as a high priest to some energies in this secret society. Okay. Right now, somebody's not at peace, and they're no longer in denial about who they are and who you are. They tried to kill you with this death card through causing adversity for you. Clarify death. Yeah, the Emperor in the reverse. Some Emperor in the reverse energy, either something came to a complete ending with them. Clarify this death card with the Emperor in the reverse. What's the death card with this Emperor? They're no longer in denial. Okay. They can't balance the situation. They cannot balance a situation. Okay, so it's an ending, not a death. It's a complete ending for an Aries or an Emperor in the reverse. They have to release the burden. What are they not in denial about anymore? With this denial that they can't persevere. They were in denial that they would be able to get something done, but they can't persevere. They just don't think about these people they work with the right way, because this might be someone that thinks that because someone looks good. Okay, this is the type of person that thinks because a restaurant is very expensive, they have a lot of money, and it's in the middle of Hollywood, and it costs a whole bunch of money to eat there, that the food is good. You understand? When we all know that the best food come from dirt country road restaurants where they can't spell. Because if all you can do is cook and you can't spell, hunty. That food is banging. If you cannot spell and all you can do is cook, and you've been cooking since you was a child, baby, go to Alabama around Thanksgiving time. Child, man, the food is rich, yes, and fattening. I said around Thanksgiving, child, that dressing just be so rich and But the point I'm making is, this is the type of energy, whoever this Emperor in reverse is, that thinks because a restaurant is very expensive, the furniture is expensive, it's exclusive, you have to dress and make a certain amount of money really to come in there. Anybody can't eat there. You got to be part of a club, and the food is gross and disgusting and tasteless, and it tastes completely horrible. It might even be decorated and look cute, but the food is just nasty. But when they go get that home cooked food from their village, or home cooked, whether you're from a village in Africa or South America or Europe or Asian village, you know who know how to cook the food and put their foot in it, and it be tasting good. You got me? So what's going on here? What's going on here is it's their perspective and how they think about the people they work with the Three of Cups reverse. They feel like because people might have an education, they've gone to school, they studied the occult from the age of 15. We raise and train this person up under this their whole life. I'm a Mason. I'm a 33 or 24 degree, or I don't know anything about that shit. I don't care. When we spiritually rank, we don't give a fuck about none of that shit. We born like that. Okay. They could get all whatever they want, whatever they want. Someone doesn't see something correct because they're paying attention to something that's surface level about people that they feel like should have the power. And they keep on trying to orchestrate with something with people that are not spiritually ranked, no matter how they look, meaning no matter what type of accolades they have, what they're able to do on weaker people that are weaker than them. At the end of the day, these people do not have the energetic signature, the DNA. They don't have that spiritual ranking. They don't have the same connection as you. So it don't matter what they look like on their resume. Okay. It don't matter what they physically look like. It don't matter if they have a whole bunch of money. None of that matters. But I think this person thinks by working with people that look like what they think someone that's powerful would look like and has the money that they can get results, and they can't. They don't think right about these Three of Cup energies that they work with, because they think but they have money. Why? Because they came together in a huge secret society with the government to try to suppress the people that really have the power. That's why. Because they're strength in numbers, and these are weak people you're working with. The real powerhouse and strong people are the ones they're attacking. Did you ever think that if it takes over 100 people and over 10, 15 years to take somebody down, and y'all still can't take them down, even jumping on their back and putting your arms around their neck? Did you ever think maybe that's the strongest one? Did you ever think for a minute, maybe because that's the strongest person? Did you ever think for a minute, damn, maybe I should work with that person because all these people can't take them down? Maybe that's the strongest person. Duh. Somebody's in their ego, and they don't realize people, they work overtime to make people that are in their spiritual calling, that are in alignment, that are spiritually ranked. They work overtime trying to sabotage you financially so you don't look like what you actually are. They work overtime trying to make you look like you are not what you actually are. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, and this is who they work with. This is who they work with. Right now, somebody might be trying to avoid a disaster. Who's going to prison? And they're not at peace. Who's about to go to prison? Earth sign and their friends. A Queen of Pentacles and this Three of Cups. Who are these people about to go to prison, Holy Spirit? Somebody that can't plan something. Someone might be an Aries that might not see something, or that might have blocked something, or someone's blocking something. Someone might be an Emperor energy. The Two of Wands reverse that can't plan something. These might be, all right, so this might be an actual Emperor, okay? This might be an Emperor that worked with a coven or groups of people. Everybody might be going to prison or jail except for that Emperor energy. Okay, so the people that this person hired, or everybody's going to go to jail except for them. They might have a get out of jail free pass, but the people they hired and work with don't. Okay. Right now, the Nine of Pentacles reverse. Somebody tried to sacrifice you again. I guess this morning, last night, whatever. Who cares? It means nothing. Pass gas, and that'll nullify and neutralize any death spell they send it towards you. Child, their death spells. Child, you could burp, or it don't matter what end it come out. But either way, you can neutralize and nullify a death spell these clowns send you with a burp or a fart. Fuck that, I'm gonna say it. Yes, you can. You sure can. So right now, with this magician, they did another death spell. It didn't work. And right now, these people are exhausted. They're completely out of energy. They gave it all they got. And I bet you they then accumulated some kind of bacteriolosis or some kind of nasty disease. Somebody probably got a venereal disease now from whatever they was doing trying to get that energy up that didn't go nowhere. Okay? Maybe you go eat some ice cream on purpose just so you can neutralize and nullify, especially if you lactose intolerant. So you can neutralize and nullify. So you tired of doing all these protections. You like, damn that. Where that butter pecan ice cream at? I'm going to show these people something. You're not supposed to have dairy, bitch. All right, the Hermit. Yeah, that's you. They did a death spell on you. I guess this morning, last night, whenever. And this Six of Cups in reverse talks about real time. And yeah, they couldn't create what they wanted to. They were in an illusion. But whoever they work with, they got burdens because somebody is going to prison. The people that this emperor hired, this emperor who has long money, they hired and paid all these people to come against you. They're not going to go to jail. I feel like they can skip the country, or they're not even probably in the country. But this emperor that's been paying all these people all this money to come against you, they don't got to worry about going to jail or prison. But the people they hired do, because y'all are dumb, I guess. All right. Yeah. And something's over and someone's very sad. Who is this elderly couple right here? This good gentleman and good lady. Who are they? Who are these two older people that keep looking at me funny? Who are these two older people, Holy Spirit? Somebody that's overwhelmed and backstabbed and betrayed. Let's talk about it. Who are these two older people that feel overwhelmed, backstabbed, and betrayed? Are they like brother, sister, husband, wife? The people that are not going to recover from what they tried to do to you, and they have to move to calmer waters. Oh, wow. Yeah, this looks like some kind of couple here. Give me some energy. I want an idea of who this is. This could be either brother and sister or a couple. The good gentleman to the good lady looks like some kind of this is someone in your collective watching right now. So whoever this person is, they're in the collective. It might be the emperor and his wife. Okay. It might be the emperor and his wife. But they feel backstabbed and betrayed and overwhelmed because they were promised your energy. You promised me a high priestess and somebody that might be in the CIA. Heyoka heals no one, a thief. Faye at Faye 7147 in the CIA. Somebody, yeah, okay. So it's someone in the CIA watching right now in the collective, and their brother, maybe, or somebody's brother. They're like, you promised me a high priestess. So we could get paid. You promised this. You absolutely. Somebody cousin might be in the collective watching this reading right now too. Yep. Yep. It might be a white woman that's a friend of at Faye 7147. All of y'all are going to jail. Okay, that's what I was told to say. All of y'all are going to jail. So these people promised somebody very wealthy a high priestess. Okay, but it is some past life stuff that is playing out. And they promised these people a high priestess energy, a priest specifically. So these people were literally working with a priest, not a pastor. This is a priest over either a Catholic, Orthodox, and any other religion where they have priests. I know there are different spiritualities where they have priests, but there was a priest that promised these people, or they promised your energy to a priest, someone in a Northwest state. Yeah, these people in a USA Northwest state, they promised somebody a high priestess. And interestingly enough, you got a spoiled brat whose daddy was in the CIA, and they're friends. Everybody they work with. My daddy was in the CIA, so I can steal from and kill whoever I want to. Child. Someone's name might be Francis. Okay. But they wanted me to do this reading because they just want you to have clarity about what's going on. And even if nothing else, it allows you to just have another perspective why you had to go through what you went through. And it does make it a teeny bit easier to deal with when you understand why. And it does. It makes it a teeny bit easier when you understand why. And they want me to reiterate again about somebody's sister. Your sister is a covert narcissist. She doesn't know how to fight. She's not a fighter physically, but she will do things that are diabolical. Like she gives librarian energy. You know, like I work at a library. I'm quiet. I'm shy, but I'm really a complete freak. You know, behind closed doors. But she comes off like a librarian with glasses, a sweater like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. You know, she gives that energy. And she might try to come off also with a soft voice. That's her same energy from a past life when she had to walk on eggshells around you because, again, she was your concubine, but she was a high priestess. And, you know, you captured her, you got her, and you made her yours. And you completely controlled her every aspect of her life. From about the age of 14, 15, you literally had a child by her and you controlled every single aspect of her life, literally, and harvested her energy and used it for you. And did I tell you to move out that you was like a Danny Glover, okay? Whoever you are, you were a magician high priestess, but you were like a Danny Glover from The Color Purple to your sister in a past life. And again, your sister is your grandmother. Shortly after your grandmother died, okay, she came right, your sister was born. And your grandmother circled right back around because she located you. Your sister wasn't born yet, but your grandmother located where your ass was at because she knew who you were reincarnated. And she said, okay, oh, no, your mama not done having kids yet. One more. Because I need to get close to that motherfucker right there. And she, whoever your mother is, she had another child, okay? And it was your sister. And that was your grandmother coming right back to get you back for making her like your concubine. And she was also a high priestess using her energy and controlling her life like Danny Glover in a past life. And that's what they want me to tell somebody, just so they'll have information. They wanted someone to know who they are. Your sister's your grandmother that died. Whoever the grandmother is that died before your sister was born, that's who your sister is. And you are possibly like your great-great-grandfather who had control over her. Only you came back as a woman, okay? And that's why she wanted control over you, okay? It's not a game out here, okay? So that's hopefully clarity for you and your whole family, who these people are. And some people might not think this is important, but these past life regressions are very, very important so we can know what not to do again and where we went wrong. This is how we learn. And before these organized governments that only operate without the spiritual side of things, in older cultures, in order to right our wrongs and to learn, you had to get the genealogy, you had to get the stories, you have to know the past life regression to understand where you went wrong with a community, with the family, to keep from repeating the same mistake that you might have made in a past life. Do you understand? To solve issues in a village, in a community, in a family. And in this day and age, no, it's just about you broke the law and that's it. And this life is just, no. Some issues are spiritual, and your family is going to be cursed, or your family is going to repeat certain cycles until you know what happened in the past life, and that way you can know not to repeat it and record it for the future generations. So someone's not going to recover, and they're moving to calmer waters now, and that's all the people that were hired by an emperor energy, that might be in the CIA and some others. They're not going to recover from what they did to you. Okay. Now, tell me more about collective sister. As far as what I already said what y'all wanted me to say. Okay, y'all got to swing at me. Y'all wanted me to tell somebody that their sister is their grandmother, and the reason they wanted so much control over you in this life was because they're afraid of you and intimidated by you, because you were a big intimidating man that also did magic, that had control over them in a past life, and they felt powerless against you. Okay, not excusing at all what they did in this life. They're still going to fully pay, but you still need the spiritual understanding as well. Okay, so what else do you want to say about this sister energy, Holy Spirit? Y'all don't even know. I get punked sometimes. These people, somebody ancestors be trying to punk me, but I'm not messing with them. I know they strong, and if they force me to do a message, I'm gonna do it. And they said, "You better." They gave me the sun. They said, "Illuminate it with the." I said, "Okay, I will." Okay, dang. So the devil reverse on a crime. Somebody's heartbroken because they can't get away with the crime. They can't create an illusion. So your sister can't create any more illusions because they were tasked with the crime. They work with some people in a secret society in the government. It's completely over. They can't accomplish it. You are who you were in a past life, but you're an earth angel. You've learned your lesson. And the pain that you just went through was supposed to teach you that lesson about all of your past wrongs being balanced out. The cycle's over now. You have repaid your dues. You've closed out the cycle. You have restored and balanced back whatever these people got off of you and stole from you. Things were getting back into balance from whatever you got off the energy of the high priestesses that you used to collect in the past life. Whatever you got off their energy, they got that off of you in this life. Okay, so the cycle's over, and you're going to be able to have access to full control over your energy again, even though you're forbidden from doing black magic in this life. Okay, you can manifest, but doing black magic for you is a no-no, because you were under spiritual judgment because you went too far in a past life, and absolute power, it can corrupt a person. And at times you were fair, but at other times you were a tyrant, whereby you had an entitlement complex to the point of delusion. And that's what you had karma with. And a lot of people that were connected to you, you had to, bring things back into balance for them. Okay. And you're like, that's not fair. It actually is, believe it or not. Okay. And you realize that, like I said, when you get closer to God and start opening up, your past life enemies, the exact same way when you die and your whole life passes before your eyes, is the exact same way that your past life enemies, as you become more enlightened, will be revealed to you. Like literally, you will start recognizing and knowing people by their energy signature. You will know who they are by just things they do, the way they're around you, the way you interface with them. They're going to be revealed to you. You're going to literally start, I remember you. You will literally, let me tell you, I used to date. I dated this guy one time. And as soon as I sat down and had a conversation with him, I remember one time we were sitting on my couch, and I looked him straight in the eye, and I immediately recognized him from a past life. I didn't know too far in detail, but I knew for a fact, 100%, that I knew this motherfucker from a past life. And I knew in a past life, for me, that I was a man and he was a woman, because I saw every little thing that I remembered from the past life in this life. And I literally saw it instantly. I was like, oh my God, it's you. Oh my God, it's you. It's you. I don't believe it's you. And they're like, wait a minute. And I know they recognize the familiarity too, but they didn't want to feel crazy. But they were like, yeah, you do look familiar. Even though I never saw you before in this life. No, I remember you. I just don't know how, but I remember you. You know, I promise you, the closer you get to God and the closer you get to your ascension, the more past life people, these souls, the trickster ones too, you're gonna remember them. And you can be like, oh my God, I do not believe it's you. Where's my machete? I'm going to chop your head off. You killed me in a past life. You think I didn't know that you laced my... It's like that in some cases. All right, what about this sister energy? So your sister's heartbroken. That still does not excuse the behavior. It still does not excuse it, okay? This is just cycles of what we go through over and over again. The Hierophant, the Two of Swords. Someone might be watching something, okay? Somebody might think that it might be a good investment to have some kind of interaction here with someone that's in a Nine of Pentacles, single, okay? This might be Aries or Emperor, woman or man. It could be a boss, a supervisor that at one point was trying to sacrifice you and cause you a death, or is connected to this death. Hangman, Five of Wands energy right here. Oh, okay. This is who might have hired this King of Wands, fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag, to see if they could cause you a death, to sacrifice you with the Five of Wands here. But they were unable to, because this was just a mere kitchen witch with a low IQ that knows how to pop a pussy. And you the real thing. So somebody might think that you might be an investment to have some kind of exchange with the Six of Pentacles. That's some kind of equal exchange with the Six of Pentacles. Okay. The Hierophant, or somebody might not have seen something. Okay. The Seven of Swords reverse. Someone did not see that they would not get away with something with a kitchen witch with a low IQ that only knows to pop her pussy. Somebody didn't see that they wouldn't get the results they wanted from that, because maybe somebody talked a good game, but at the end of the day, they were paying more attention to their butt jiggling than they actually were to whether or not that person actually had skills and abilities. Okay. They were like, oh yeah, I can drain them. Absolutely. And let me show you how I'm gonna drain them. And they turned around and bent over a chair, with their arms straight like this, and started popping their butt up and down, like making it like go up, down, all around, and they did that a few times. And the emperor was like, yes, I know you are the high priestess that can go and get the energy of that one there. Yes. Too much. Somebody said, yes, I know. I can tell by the way your ass jiggles. I can tell by the way your ass jiggles that you are the real high priestess and you can drain this person of their energy. And it ended up being a fluke. And it's over now. Okay. It ended up being a fluke and it's completely over. They're dropping and releasing this person. Okay. You cannot leave men to make any damn decisions in HR, human resources. It needs to be a balance of men and women and everything. You let men do all the hiring for any goddamn job. Let straight men or bi men do the hiring at any business or job. I promise that business will go under. That business will go completely under in less than, you know what I'm saying. Let them do all the damn hiring. Every single woman is going to have a big booty, a little waist, big breast, and be taking money out the cash register, taking money, just dimples and a smile, little waist. You can't let men run anything and do the hiring. You can't. So yeah, they didn't get the results that they were expecting at all. Okay, what were you expecting? Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ting-a-ling-a-ling, school bell ring. Okay, so now they're trying to just avoid a tower. Okay, give me a final message. This is not going to be long. They told me I had to tell somebody who they were in a past life. And there are like 2 more energies that they want me to reveal about a past life that they're giving me one by one. They want me to announce to people because they want them to know who they are, who they were in a past life. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know why they need that information other than learning whatever their past mistakes were. But whoever your sister is, she is her grandmother that passed before she died. Before she was born. She is your grandmother that passed before she was born. And she, like I said, is a covert narcissist because she doesn't have the physical strength to beat anybody up. So she decided she's dark on the inside, meaning she knows how to wear a straight face. But the explosion she has inside emotionally is like the ocean, but her face will never change. And then the things that she'll do to hurt a person and the length she'll go is so deep, you would never expect it. Like, hi, everybody. I'm going to leave Sunday school right now because I'm going to go teach Sunday school in Guatemala. And I'm going to fly there and then fly to Guatemala and sign a contract for now when you kill her, I want you to strip her naked and whip her, and then I want 100 men to grape her, and then I want you to take a saw and cut her body in half, but leave her still breathing for a little while. And this is a contract. This is a lot of money. Make sure that you do this and record it because I want to see it. Okay, thank you. And then fly back to wherever you at. Hey, everybody. I went to preach Sunday school in Guatemala with the children. It's some energy like that. It's some energy like that. Somebody that comes off very innocent, a small, mousy voice, very innocent. But in actuality, it's because in a past life, they're the same in this life. They don't have any physical strength. They're not as spiritually powerful as you, and they feel disempowered. So the only power they have is in their vulnerability and their ability to hide themselves, their true self in their vulnerability, and how people see them. Your sister's strength is her ability to have people view her as vulnerable. You understand? Your sister's strength is her ability to have other people view her as being vulnerable. That's what a covert narcissist is. A covert narcissist, their strength is other people looking at them like they're the victim, like they're vulnerable, and having a good reputation only because they're quiet, right? Because they're not overt, they're not loud, okay? Because of that, people don't pay much attention to covert narcissists. So that's why the quiet boy or the quiet girl can get away with murder sometimes because they're so innocent and so quiet and they never say anything. And they just cry the moment they see something. Yeah. And those are the ones that can kill and you would never, ever expect them. Okay. I'm telling you, that's her power. Oh, you should have heard the way my sister yelled at me on the phone. That's why we don't talk. That's why we're not close. In the meantime, they are wreaking havoc in your life. And if you are loud, you get on the phone and rip them a new one. Bitch, are you out your fucking mind? You paid someone to sexually assault my daughter. Bitch, I'll fuck you. Oh, we don't talk because my sister's just so aggressive toward me. I'm just as innocent. This is why our family isn't close. I'm going to go cry. I'm telling you. And she paid the hitman. You understand? Y'all better recognize these covert narcissists in 2025. Some of them are men in your life that you've dated. Oh, he's such a good man because he's quiet. Because he's real quiet. He's a good man. Just because he's shy and quiet and comes off kind of nerdy, that means that any relationship that he gets in where he's abusive in other sneaky ways, that automatically it means that, oh, you must have abused him. You was bad. Oh, you're pretty and he's a shy nerd. So obviously we can see what happened here. You used him. When he's a whole fucking narcissist that agreed to help kill you, to get away with sacrificing you so that they can have the money to live as a popular guy because they've never been popular in their life. But with the money, they can suddenly live some kind of lifestyle that doesn't fit their energy signature. Child, y'all better start paying attention to these nerdy and quiet and covert and librarian type energies. They are the worst ones. All right, final message. Be careful. You sit up there and think, oh man, yeah, I'm with a good person. He's quiet. He's very calm. He controls his emotions. Everyone feels like this is a good man. He works. He's a King of Pentacles type energy. And then you find out he's a covert narcissist and he's trying to implement the worst psychological torture to you by doing things to you intentionally to hurt you. And then when people look, playing the victim, like, she's so pretty, I didn't know she's just gonna want me for my money, and damn well it's nothing like that at all whatsoever. Child, it make you just want to keep to yourself with these covert narcissists. Let me tell you something. People that feel like they're not attractive and they're ugly, even though beauty's in the eye of the beholder, men and women, but like men that might deem themselves as not being, I guess, attractive, like in Idris Elba's type way, and don't get a lot of female attention. Those are the worst ones sometimes. The ones that go to work and do this, that, and the other, covert and quiet, that everybody, oh, you're such a sweet man. You're going to find a sweet girl one day. No. Those are some of the worst ones, because deep down inside, they so desire to be that popular guy that could dog women out, that could just go around and demand a woman sleep with them on the first night and get it. And then I'm leaving. I don't care. And you're going to call me back again because I'm Dapper Dan, Debonair, whatever. You understand? These are literally those type energies that have been kind of nerdy their entire life, and they've never attracted a lot of attention to themselves or got a lot of attention. And it's not to say anything negative. We have different types of people, but these are the types that will play the victim to the whole world, like you did something to them because you're nice looking and they're known to be the good guy. And then what happens oftentimes is if there's an opportunity for them to come up off your energy where they can be seen as the popular guy that gets a whole bunch of girls and gets to, because there are a lot of guys right now that come off like they're good guys, but let them hit the lottery. Let them get $1 million or $1 billion and watch how quick, you know what, I can afford to pay the child support and whatever abuse I did by leading you on marrying you. I don't want this marriage. I don't care how much money you take me for. I'm a billionaire now. Woo! I'm about to live. I'm about to get all them women and live the lifestyle I always wanted to. I want to be able to pick women up and just toss them to the side and have them still come running back at me. It's a lot of men out here and women that have a secret fantasy of how they would really like to live their life. But because they know it's not possible, they're going to stay in the energy they're in. But if you want to find out who someone really is, give them some money or give them an opportunity to come into a large amount of money. You'll see what their fantasy really has always been. I promise you, it's so many people that would, if they got $1 billion, get divorced because they're like, okay, well, I can afford to pay and take care of you and the kids, pay alimony or whatever it is you want from me. I actually have the money to afford it now. So I'm going to get divorced from you and I'm going to go live that fantasy life. I've always wanted to live this fantasy out of being one of those bad boys, that dog women out and the women still keep coming. That's always been a fantasy of mine. All right. The devil in reverse, the 3 of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, someone's not working with someone anymore. They've pulled their energy back from somebody. Somebody might right now be trying to realign their thoughts, practice more emotional intelligence right now, of course, because everything's going bad. Someone's very emotional about a secret, whoever this father figure is, or somebody could be a Pisces. I have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces. This could be someone's father or something like that. This person could have been close to your sister at one point. They could have collaborated with your sister to do something because they didn't think about something correctly about trying to get away with whatever they were trying to get away with doing with these karmic energies. Okay, they didn't think about something correctly, but now they have clarity about the people they were working with. Someone might have even harmed or hurt somebody close to them or in their family. It was a very bad investment, and someone's a wounded warrior. Give me 3 cards and we'll end this. Give me 3 cards to end this, please. All right. So there's an Empress in reverse, just trying to avoid a tower somewhere right now. This might be your sister. Yeah, this is the Empress reverse. Your sister's older. Your sister's at least 37 or up. Right now, your sister's trying to avoid a tower for trying to sacrifice you with the 5 of Wands and the Hangman. I don't know how her health is right now, but she's somewhere hiding out. Okay. She's trying to right now avoid a tower. She's fully exposed. She can't hide from anybody. Your sister is full or out exposed. Everyone knows what she did to you. Whoever this Pisces is or a father figure is that worked with her, you know, somebody close to him might have gotten hurt or injured as a result of him, whoever this is, working with your sister. But right now, your sister is upside down, inside out. You know, her life is turned upside down. 5 of Wands, and trying to sacrifice you. The cycle is completely over. You have nothing else to worry about. These people don't have the power. This cycle, it's already come to an end. Okay, very quickly. And last but not least, this message was a message that I did not really want to give this reading. But again, I was strong-armed into it by somebody's ancestors, and they forced me to give this message. So I'm not sure exactly what the relevance is, other than being able to learn from our past mistakes, why our ancestors, it wasn't just about you committed a crime, go to jail. Sometimes it's a deeper spiritual reason in a bloodline or a family for what's playing out. It could be a ghost, an ancestor, or something that can be possessing a family member, or they could have reincarnated, and it could have been a dynamic. Depending on how strong someone's bloodline is, it could be a certain dynamic that could have played out that needs alignment. Something needs to come back into alignment. Okay, this could happen between warring tribes and things of that nature. Okay. I'm QUAN Yin, and this is I Have No Cards Tarot. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all later on this evening on Love of the Highest Vibration.